Welcome, guys, to actually the first episode. My name is Chris Medina. I am an entrepreneur, and this podcast is called Making Feria. And my very first guest, I'm bringing my buddy, Jonathan Rodriguez, man. Hey, man, I appreciate you coming in. First guest. And yeah, anything you want to say? Introduce yourself.
Thank you so much for having me. Making Feria episode 1. I'm so happy to be here. But yeah, my name is Jonathan Rodriguez. I'm from, I was born here. I was taken back to Mexico and then came back. And so yeah, I own a painting business and a clothing store and rental units. So that's basically what I do.
Nice. Yeah. So is that like 3 separate companies, or how do you just give us a little brief rundown of how you operate those, or
So basically in the painting business, it's mainly painting. We also do construction. We do wood replacement, drywall repairs, but it's mainly painting. We run about 60 guys, about $6-7 million in revenue. And so that's my main business. And then I also help my wife run the boutique stores. So we open up a store, me and her, so we're partners. And then she's running the operations on all of the stores. And I'm basically just the mentor, finance, operations, and game planning.
Great.
And then the rental units is just like a long-term investment.
Passive.
Perfect. Yeah, rental units.
Okay, so just a quick question, because I always ask myself this question when I meet people who are doing big things. How do you have your things structured? Like for me, my hearing aid business is an S corp. I have an LLC for I do real estate flips, and then I just opened another S corp called Making Feria, which is going to be this podcast. Going to be coaching, masterminds, all marketing stuff, social media stuff, right? So painting, you have it. How do you have it? It's like a corporation.
So it's a C corp.
C corp. Okay.
Yeah.
And then your the clothing line with your wife, is that also like a different entity, or
LLC.
do you do that? LLC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the real estate, do you keep that also like a separate LLC, or is that personal?
Actually, I'm gonna transfer into a trust. Right now, it's under just my personal name. But it's just a rental. I mean, the more you know, then the more you keep doing changes. So I'm trying to do more a trust instead of a personal.
That's true. Yeah, me and Jonathan we actually met at Driven, and I was actually talking to a guy there that you need to actually put your entities all structured correctly, right? You got the trust, you got the holding company, then you got your companies and your assets and all that good stuff. And they actually recommended Anderson
Develops.
No,
develops?
No. There's another one. Yeah, that's our other buddy.
Yeah.
But Anderson Advisors, there you go. Anderson Advisors, they actually help with the structuring your companies correctly. So I'm actually working on that too, because I actually own some apartments under my name. I'm doing a flip under my name, and then I eventually opened up my LLC, which I have another flip on that one. So it's pretty important to obviously structure your things correctly, so that in the event of anybody trying to sue you or this and that, you have everything down correctly. Right?
Exactly.
Any tips that you'll give on that, or?
So basically, for me, it's a long story. When I started as a painter, obviously I was a painter first before starting the business, and not knowing what you're supposed to know, you do the wrong decisions. But like going from the field to a business owner is a long road. But one advice that I can give is find a mentor, find someone that it's already there where you want to be, and then even if you have to pay them, then just pay whatever it is, and he'll take you to the right path. And so you don't have to do those mistakes, and you're pulling time instead of like going through all the mistakes.
I agree. Yeah, get yourself a mentor. Because getting a coach obviously gets you places faster and efficient without having, like you said, without having to deal with those problems that you can avoid. So what are some of the challenges that you had to overcome your first year or early on in your entrepreneurial journey?
So there was a lot of challenges, and obviously I was a painter, and from I was in the field for about 10 years, and I was working with this company. I wasn't being appreciated, so I went to another company. It's always that way. I went to this other company, and so I started as a painter, and then I went to a crew leader, to a supervisor, and then I went to sales, and then I was an estimator for about 4 or 5 years. So I went from like $50,000 to $150,000 a year, and then I wanted to get another promotion, but there was no more room to grow. So I started doing mentorships. So I started doing a lot of podcasting because I didn't have the money, the resources. I remember I couldn't save up to like $10,000. I was just living day by day, and then just started doing podcasting, like hearing to podcasts and just reading books. And when I got a little more money, I started investing in like Tai Lopez programs and just more webinars and events and stuff like that. So a lot of the biggest mistakes is that I didn't invest it soon enough. I was just I was trying to save money,
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to save money, and not investing in programs. So basically that's how I got into the business side.
yeah.
When I decided to go on my own, I was already talking to another guy. He was mentoring me, and it was just a friend, right?
Yeah.
So, but then later, that's when I started like paying for more coaching
More
programs.
higher level
Yeah,
guys. So yeah, so Jonathan's a perfect example of, if you're trying to get into a business, you want to go learn the industry. You want to go get a job and work your way up. And once you know the ins and outs, boom, open up your business, right? Because
yeah.
you were in that company for how long?
So, like you said, so basically, when I was there and I wanted to go on my own, since I didn't get this promotion, I started like learning all the processes, like how to estimate, how to run a crew. Because sometimes you're painting, but it's not the same painting as actually running a business, right? Running a
Oh
business
yeah.
is totally different.
You
Like you
got
need
more
to know.
hats.
Yep, yeah, you need to know about finance, about operating, marketing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, good stuff, guys. So, another question. So, let's get into this. What would you say are some keys to your success? I know you mentioned, obviously, get a coach, get a mentor that's going to put you in a place faster, reach your goals faster, right?
Yeah.
But anything else you would want to add to that? Like, again, some keys. What are some keys to your success?
So I think having the right mindset, and I think everything started changing when I was already family oriented. I started focusing on my health because back then I was like, I think I was almost like 300 pounds. So I,
Wow. Well, man, you
yeah.
look thin, bro.
Oh
No,
yeah,
you look
right. Like
good.
right now, I have a six pack. I'm shredded actually, but like, I mean,
Yeah, you
it's
gotta look.
over time. Like
That's good
having that
stuff.
mentality. I think those small little wins, like just focusing on your health,
Yeah.
focusing on your family. Right now, I got married when I was 15. Right now, I'm
Well,
34, so I've been married for 19 years. I have
wow.
a 18, a 16, 6, and a 3.
Bro, you look young. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're doing
I know.
good, man.
I look like 20. I know. I know. But it's fitness. So fitness, uh, God, and then just focusing on the business as well, the money. Because a lot of people think money is not important,
Yeah.
but money it is important.
Oh
A lot
yeah.
of people are like, oh, okay, people change when you have money, but it's different. I think money just highlights the person you are. So that's
Yeah, it brings
basically
out.
if you're like a good person, it's just gonna highlight you. Like you could do more charity, you could teach more people. But like if you're the opposite, then it's just gonna highlight how greedy you are. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly, man. Good tips. Good tips.
Not
So,
only that, but like having a game plan, like having a game plan every day, waking up early, 4 a.m., maximizing your time and taking
yeah,
action.
yeah. I struggle with that. I can't, I'm not an early bird, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. So yeah, and also my fitness. I've been training with a trainer for over a year now, but yeah, it's just you got to tweak little things and better yourself little by little. Make little adjustments to finally get to that level. Because I mean, how
Yeah.
long did it take you to go from 300 pounds to what you are? You said shredded.
It took me like a couple years because I didn't want to do it just fast. So I started like working like 10, 15 minutes, just like running and stuff. And then I started learning about weightlifting and then the diet. So it's more about like learning the process and enjoying the process. So right now I'm doing 2 a day. I do like HIIT workouts and then I do weight training. So it's kind of double,
Yeah.
but it's more because I like doing it, right?
Yeah.
Before it was like getting into a habit. It takes like at least a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
And then after you're used to it, then it's more like
Yeah,
consistency.
yeah. Right now, I'm trying to get used to my one workout, but eventually I want to do something in the morning, whether that's cardio or hit, like you said.
Yeah.
And then, of course, weight training. Weight training just gives you that strength, that energy. You get toned quickly, you get in shape quickly, you just look better overall, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, good stuff, guys. Go to the gym. Go to the gym.
But not only that, but like going to the gym is like stress relief, the mindset. Like once you go to the gym, you're done with the gym, then your day goes on, and I mean, you go through the problems faster. You're not thinking so much about the stress. Also, looking good, right? Being presentable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It gives you that confidence,
Yeah.
when you fit into your suit or whatever, your clothing good, just makes you look better and you feel more confident, right? When I wear a suit, I walk in the room like a boss. I got my glasses on, my shades, whatever,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Gives you a different feel.
I wear a lot of suits. That's funny. A lot of people tell me, bro, where you got your suit? I mean, it's only $1,000 suit. and they think it's like a Tom Ford or something, a $10,000 suit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not a 10,000.
No,
It's just the way you look, right, and the
yeah,
way
it's
you
the way you
dress.
look. This is a Calvin Klein, which is probably like $200-300. You
Yeah.
know, so you don't have to go that crazy.
Yep.
You know, just look at a brand that you like, that you look good in, because everybody has different body types, right? Some people like to be fitted.
Yep.
I like to be fitted, but right now my shirt's already gonna pop. So thank God for this tie, because
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm working on that. But yeah, just something affordable. Just look presentable, look nice. You can go to Ross. I used to shop at Ross. You find some good stuff there. Like it's freaking insane. Good jackets, good stuff. But like you
Yeah.
said, just look presentable, and it's gonna boost your confidence.
Of course, you can just go down the street downtown. There's a lot
Hell
of suits
yeah.
right there as well.
You got your wife. Your wife sells Spanx.
Yeah.
All right, man. Cool. So last but not least, and then we'll get into some free stuff, free roll stuff. But what advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs, in their journey? Someone who's starting off, right? Because we've all have that story, right? I've been 8 years in business. I had to save up 10 grand. And I had to, I actually got fired, so I didn't have a choice. I was like, screw it, I'm gonna open my own business and
Yeah.
make it. And losing wasn't an option for me. Like, you got to be committed, right?
Yeah.
But what advice would you give to somebody who's barely starting off?
Someone that is starting off, I would say, I guess I go back to the same thing. Finding someone that is there and go for advice, and then read more books.
Mentors.
Yeah. So I mean, 3 books that I would probably recommend right now that are trending. It's Your Next 5 Move. That's one, and then the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership with John Maxwell, and then How to Win Friends and Influence People. I mean, read those 3 books, and then don't read like a bunch of books. Just focus to 1, 2, 3 books and start taking action. So that's what I would probably do. Especially that Your Next 5 Moves will probably help you a lot.
Yeah, I actually just read that one too, and I've done How to Win Friends and Influence Others, right? I've done that
Yeah.
one too. But the John Maxwell one, I'll probably take note of that. And then, like for me, my Bible, my business Bible is Sell or Be Sold. Have you read that one?
Oh yeah, it's Grant Cardone.
Yeah, that book it's amazing, man. You could be depressed, you could be down in the dumps, but you read that book and it just pumps you up. It's just like, don't freaking settle. Why are you being sold? Why are you being sold on your crappy life? Like,
Yeah.
why? Don't settle. Don't settle.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if you can't afford a high expensive mentor, a book can be a mentor. And stick to somebody that you like. And you don't want to get too many mentors. I mean, has it happened to you where like you start listening to a bunch of guys and then you're like mixed on like, oh, should I do this or should I do that? Then you start getting confused, right?
All the time. Yeah, you don't want to focus because everybody thinks differently and they're on different industries. So you want to focus on a mentor that is on your industry. Wherever you want to be, that's that's the one you want to focus on. So for me, it's like right now I started my personal branding. But I started my personal branding because I'm already successful, making over $10 million a year. I have over 70 employees over all my businesses. So right now what I'm doing, it's building my personal brand, building my podcast. But before that, my mentor is Brandon Dawson, Grant Cardone, like people that I look up to.
Yeah.
But now, like, since I'm going different directions with my personal branding, I need someone that knows about personal branding. So that's either Albert and Ryan Pineda or someone that knows about personal branding.
Exactly. So that's how I actually met Jonathan. We went to Albert Preciado's event, and
Yep.
yeah, like he just guided us in that right direction. I paid $5,000 to go sit one day with this guy. Imagine that. How many
Yeah.
people can do? I mean, not a lot of people can do that, and I'm not saying to do that right away.
Yeah.
But work your way up to where you can get high-level players, and get their expertise, and just launch your way up to the top. Right?
Exactly. If you have the money, 5K is not an obstacle because, I mean, those 5K are going to go a long way.
And in business, when you get coaching, it's tax write-off. So you
Yeah.
get to write it off. Like it's a
100%.
no-brainer. Uncle Sam's gonna take a portion of that money regardless whether you use it or not. So you might as well use it on your personal growth, your business development, your education, and just learn from the best.
Yeah, when you're at that point that you have the money to pay for it, it doesn't matter. Just pay for the best and the best ticket because even if it's $6,000, $7,000, you're in that room with these other like-minded people. They think the same as you, and they're doing the same moves or bigger moves. I went to the mastermind. We were there, and I was talking to people, younger people. I thought I was young and successful, but I'm not. I'm 34, and I saw these people. They're only 27, making $200 million. I'm like, how do you do that? I just do this, and that. So that makes you think differently. And that's also how I started my podcast because I saw other people doing events. They're 27, they're 26, and they're doing all these things, and that motivates you. So it's also like the leadership, and also like what is your leadership like lead? If they have a higher lead, then that's you want to get adapted to that lit. But if you get like the people around with, they're thinking small, you're gonna think small. If they're thinking bigger, you're gonna think bigger. So that's usually how it is. You don't want to like hang around with people that are pulling you down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get in the right room, hang out with people who are doing big things, and you know, if you're the smartest person in the room, like they say, right? That's you
Yeah.
got to get out.
Yeah.
You got to get out. So definitely get in the rooms, network, and hang out with the right people to just, you know, you're the average people of the 5 people that you hang out with, right?
Yeah.
So if you're hanging out with losers, you're most likely going to be the fifth loser. If you're hanging out with people who are business committed and doing good things and just working on their business and making money, then there's a good chance you're gonna make money. It's like that saying that says if you hang out in the barbershop long enough,
Yeah.
you're gonna end up with a haircut, right? So yeah, man. Anything else you want to add that you
I
think is
wanna
valuable
I wanna
content?
add to that. Like a lot of people think like, okay, yeah, hang around with 5 successful people, but who wants to hang around with someone that is not successful, right? So you want to bring value. So it's either like I'm the cameraman, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, whatever it is, but like find ways to fit in that setting, right? Because it's kind of hard for people to hang around with you when you're not successful.
Very, very true.
You
True.
know?
You gotta offer value because you know, as I keep climbing the ladder, I'm starting to notice that people just kind of want to get something out of you.
Yeah.
Like they start asking you, like, "Oh, what can I do for you? What can I do for that?" Like the other day, I announced, I announced that I
Yeah.
was gonna open my company making Feria, right?
Yeah.
And this guy, he's like, "Hey, bro, I just got your website, makingferia.com. I'll sell it to you for $1,000." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here, bro! Like what? Like you really took the time to do that so you can make some money off of me? Like instead, why don't you say, hey, bro, I reserved this. It costed me this much, bro. Here, just pay me what it paid." And then I'm like, wow, this guy actually did something for me.
Yeah.
But if you just want to make some money off of me, like, bro, we're not gonna want to hang out with you. That's just facts.
Yeah.
Okay, right? Does that make sense?
Exactly. Yeah. Providing value. Don't just do it for the money. Enjoy the
Yeah.
process and make sure you're providing value to whoever you're talking to or you're hanging out with,
Yeah.
and that's gonna go a long way.
Definitely. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to our first episode. I hope you guys got some knowledge. If not, you can post down in the comments of your questions. Me, I'll ask Jonathan if I don't know. But yeah, brother, thank you so much for coming. Let the people know where they can follow you. All your social media handles, websites, whatever you want to give. Follow this guy. He has painting business, clothing business, and what's the last one?
Rental units.
Rental units. See, yeah, we're both into real estate too. So
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me. I mean, you guys can follow me. I'm starting my podcast. It's called Limitless CEO, and you can find it on YouTube. You can also follow me in all social channels on Jonathan Rodriguez CEO.
Jonathan Rodriguez, CEO.
Yep.
That's your Instagram handles, Facebook, TikTok, all
Exactly.
that stuff?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Perfect, guys. Well, thanks again, and stay tuned for future videos.